Right, number 12, using the logistic differential equation below, find the logistic equation that satisfies the initial condition. So we have a differential equation, and so as long as it's logistic, I know that two things. I know that dy dt is equal to ky and then L minus y. And then that's my differential equation. My logistic equation is y equals L over 1 plus CE to the negative KL T. Okay, so now what we can do, take this information without using partial fractions, unless you would like to use partial fractions, we can jump right to that formula. So a couple things I know. This right here is going to be my K. This is going to be my L. So if I plug things in, I'm going to have y equals L is 100 over 1 plus C e to the negative K times L. If I multiply those two together, I'm going to get 0.1 T. Okay, so now notice I really only need to find my C using the initial condition. So y of 0 equals 5. So I'm going to have 5 equals 100 over 1 plus C e to the negative 0.1 times 0. Well, that will just give me 1. So now I'm going to have 5 equals 100 over 1 plus C. I'm going to cross multiply, so I'm going to get 5 times the quantity 1 plus C equals 100. I'm going to divide both sides by 5, so I'll get 1 plus C equals 20. And then if I subtract 1 from both sides, I get C equals 19. So my logistic equation is y equals 100 over 1 plus 19 e to the negative 0.1 t. And that's all we need to do for that. Okay, number 13. 2 dogs infected with a virus were admitted to a veterinary clinic, which holds a maximum of 50 dogs. The virus spreads among the animals, and 2 days later, 10 dogs were infected, and it asks us to write a logistic equation that models the growth of the virus. So again, we're going to have y equals L over 1 plus C e to the negative KL T. So that's what my formula is going to look like. I know I have a maximum of 50 dogs, so my L is going to equal 50. And since 2 dogs were infected with the virus, 2 dogs is happening at time equals 0. And then when it says 2 days later, 10 dogs were infected, I know that I'm going to have the point 210 that I will use in a little bit. All right, so filling in my information here, I'm going to have y equals 50 over 1 plus CE to the negative, I do not know K, but I know L, so it's going to be 50 KT. And that's all I know so far. And then it did tell me that 2 dogs were infected at time equals 0, so now we can have 2 equals 50 over 1 plus C, and if I plug 0 in for my T, the e to the 0 is just 1, so I have that. I'm now going to cross multiply, so I'll get 2 times the quantity 1 plus C is equal to 50. I'll divide both sides by 2, so I'll get 1 plus C equals 25. Subtract 1, I get C equals 24. So now my formula is y equals 50 over 1 plus 24 e to the negative 50 kt. So I still need to find that k. I'm going to use my point 210. So my y, there are 10 dogs after 2 days. So 50 over 1 plus 24 e to the negative. Since t is 2, negative 50 times 2 would be negative 100k. I am now going to get to solve for k, so I'm going to cross multiply. I'll get 10 times the quantity 1 plus 24 e to the negative 100k is equal to 50. I'll divide both sides by 10, so I'm going to get 1 plus 24 e to the negative 100k equals 5. I will next subtract 5, so I'll get 24 e to the negative 100k equals 4. Now I'll divide by 4, and I get 1/6, so I'll get e to the negative 100k is equal to 1/6. I know I'm going to take the ln of both sides, and when I do that, I'll get negative 100k equals ln of 1/6. And then I will divide both sides by negative 100. And when I do that, I get k is equal to 0.018. So now my final formula will be y equals c, which is 50, over 1 plus 24 e to the negative k times L this time. If I take my k, 0.018, times my L, which was 50, I will get negative 0.9 t. So that will be my logistic equation. All right, now part B. If spread of the virus is not halted, after how many days will 25 dogs be infected? So this is my y value. I'm looking for my t. So I get to use that formula again. 25 equals 50 over 1 plus 24e to the negative 0.9t. Cross multiply. I will get 25 times the quantity, 1 plus 24e to the negative 0.9t equals 50. I'll divide both sides by 50 and I will get 2. So I'll get 1 plus 24e to the negative 0.9t equals 2. Subtract 1, I'm going to get 24e to the negative 0.9t equals 1. I'll divide by 24, so I'm going to get e to the negative 0.9t equals 1 24th. I'm going to take the natural log of both sides. And so I'll get negative 0.9t equals the natural log of 1 24th. I'll then divide both sides by negative 0.9. And when I do that, I get time equals 3.531 days. And we did it.